Hello, today I'm making a voice assistant using the Pico W and my phone. Not this phone, my good one, the one that is filming this. Because why not make a voice assistant with a microcontroller cheaper than a coffee? I wanted to use a local LLM running on my phone. My model of choice is 5.4 Mini, because it's small enough to run quickly on my phone, somewhat smart, and best of all is made by Microsoft. Last video, I made a device which gives the news and weather without having to go open your phone. And then at the end, I thought I was going to try to make a better version of Alexa. I was thinking to myself, I'll just, make a little API on my phone to control things with my Pico. And basically, it's Alexa with an LLM, so more smart. But then that same day, I got early access to Alexa Plus, so she also has an LLM now, and it's smarter than 5.4 Mini by about 11 points on the Artificial Analysis Intelligence Index. So now I'm the one playing catch up with a multi-trillion-dollar market cap corporation. First, I set up the API and made the Pico display the text on the LCD and scroll like before. But whenever it was finished scrolling, it started speaking in a long-lost language again. Also, I realized that it was slower than something really slow. So then I asked ChatGPT to stream the output instead of wait for the output to be done. First, it tried to stream it, then it used libraries that were not compatible with MicroPython because AI. Then it told me it was not possible to stream unless I used a very tricky, nearly impossible method. So I asked it to give its outputs in 10-word strings and then combine them all. Well, maybe there's a reason that OpenAI doesn't use models with only 3.7 billion parameters. They don't they don't listen to instructions well. So this didn't work at all. And then I asked it to do the nearly impossible one, and it immediately did it and worked perfectly. Why couldn't it have started with that? Anyways, next I started to work on audio. I first downloaded the Termux API so I could access speech to text and text to speech, and it worked. I then made it so that after the entire response with the AI is done, it says it out loud. The problem I had then was that the tokens the LLM produces are not always words, sometimes they're just word parts, or prefixes, suffixes, and roots if you're fancy. Next, I tried to get ChatGPT to make me a code to turn it into real words, but the AI model stopped working completely, so I went to the older code that worked, but it still didn't have streaming. The next day I was working on getting streaming back online, and it didn't work at all, no LLM output. I noticed that my phone's IP had changed, and the LLM API wasn't working. So then I tried to ping my phone from my laptop, and it didn't work. So I switched from Wi-Fi to uh, AP, so the Pico was making its own Wi-Fi, and then I connect to use that. This also didn't work. My phone had trouble connecting to the Wi-Fi, and it still unconnected, wouldn't send any output connected or not. It was here I almost gave up. I mean, maybe there is a reason people don't try to run LLM APIs on consumer smartphones and use them on chips that cost less than your average Starbucks coffee. Maybe there's a reason that companies like Amazon, Google, and Apple have dedicated teams to develop their voice assistants. Or maybe there's a reason people hire people with degrees to write software and not ChatGPT. So I gave up. The end. Just kidding. I was not at all motivated, but I was one thing, bored. I was either going to do my schoolwork or work on this project. So I opened up my computer and I tested pinging my phone from my computer through LAN and it worked. So then I scrambled to get the LLM stream module working again like it did before and it worked. I was back on the project, excited to go on to the next step. The next thing I wanted to work on was speech, but before I did that, I needed to fix a problem. You see, the LLM is streaming tokens, not words for the API. So words like awakening were separated into word bits. Don't kill me here if that's not the correct word you would use if you were in ELI class. I needed to combine these, so I had ChatGPT make me a script to do that, then immediately broke the API somehow. I was back at square one and couldn't get any response from the API. The problem was the detokenizer wasn't working correctly, so then I started working on a fix. I knew the token stream came in chunks, and the token stream would only include spaces where the LLM actually put spaces, but ChatGPT couldn't figure out how to implement this. So I had two choices. One, be responsible and do it myself. Two, figure it out later and work on the audio right now. Take a guess which one I did. Anyways, I was working on the audio and I used this code. I checked the code to see if listen was a function and it said no. Then I looked at the file and it did say it had a listen function. I was really confused. Like, if it was in the file, then why wasn't listen function working? Even when I called it, like, it wasn't even giving errors, it just said it didn't exist. Uh, the reason was that I forgot to press save. After that, it worked really well. I just needed to test it with audio streaming too. Okay, so I got audio streaming working. Next, I needed to get the AI model to have a memory. So first, I just tried archiving the responses in the system prompt, and the model would just kind of go haywire and talk about Shakespeare. I then thought, what if I could just do it like you chat with an AI model in the OpenAI app, ChatGPT? Well, it turns out you can only do this with OpenAI API. Any other model, and you're just using response archiving. Then I tried it, the API was getting requests, but the Pico wasn't printing them or sending them to text to speech. Now, speech to text was working, but it wasn't sending to the LLM correctly. Then I finally got chat working. I was able to get tool use and chat streaming and everything working. Before I show you it working, let me explain it to you how it works. 1. The Pico sends an API request to the speech-to-text and text-to-speech server on my phone to do speech-to-text. Then my phone does speech-to-text and sends the reply to the Pico. 2. Then my Pico sends the speech-to-text response to the Olama server connected with an API to my local Wi-Fi. Then 54Mini, the brain, replies with a response and streams it to my Pico, which then buffers the response and sends it in chunks between punctuation, commas, periods, exclamation points, and question marks. This reads it out section by section. Latency is a feature, not a bug, because yeah, that's how a normal human would pause, right? So, yeah. 4. Then it processes the response and screens for any output tool calls and executes them, then restarts the loop. Before I show you the video of it working, I must apologize about the quality of the video in this section because I filmed this on my Samsung Galaxy S5, the one from 2014, because I'm using my S23 Ultra for running the LLM. But side note, isn't it cool how it had the removable back? Okay, now I will demonstrate the AI assistant. Hello.
Hello. How can I assist you today?
You turn on the LED and I didn't tell you to. Can you please turn it back off?
Of course, I'll toggle off now as per your request.
What is the capital of France, the country?
The capital of France is Paris.
My favorite color is blue. Can you remember that?
Sure. Blue reminds me that you're a fan.
What is my favorite color?
Your preferred choice appears to be blue.
Okay, this is the part where I talk about what I'm gonna do in the next video. You see, this works. It's very slow. And why does the Pico need to be sending things to and from the phone? Like the phone has enough capabilities to just keep all the networking inside the phone. Then it wouldn't have to use the Wi-Fi at all. And the Pico is just needed for tool use. Because that would definitely speed up the system, as the Pico isn't. It's not bad, but it isn't as fast as the phone. So in the next video, I'm going to make all of this except for tools happen on the phone. I haven't learned any new transitional phrases since 5th grade, so in conclusion, in this video I built an AI assistant that I can talk with which can control real-world objects. Next video I was planning to give it more hardware control, but it would probably be a safety hazard because it's not super smart yet. Also, it's annoyingly slow, so next video will be voice assistant part 2.